Hello there, and welcome. It's the 30th of March 2026, and we're diving straight into the essential news and updates that you, as a UK business owner, really need to have on your radar this week. Let's get right to it. £11 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering estimated annual cost of late payments to the UK economy. It's a figure that absolutely crushes cash flow for so many businesses. And you know what? This week, it's at the very top of our agenda because some pretty big changes are on the way.
So here's what we've got lined up. We're going to break down the government's brand new crackdown on those dreaded late payments. Then we'll look at some really urgent dividend tax changes you need to know about. We're also putting a spotlight on some major reforms in the vet sector. And finally, we'll cover a huge opportunity in public contracts, right alongside a critical cyber threat you can't ignore. And of course, we'll wrap it all up with your key takeaways.
Okay, first up, let's tackle those late payments. The government has finally come out with its plan, and honestly, it's shaping up to be the toughest crackdown we've seen in over 2 decades. It's all aimed at boosting cash flow and resilience for small businesses. So yeah, this is a massive deal for anyone who's ever had to chase down an invoice.
You see, this is exactly why this action is so overdue. That £11 billion isn't just some abstract national statistic, right? It actually represents every single business out there struggling with cash flow, waiting on money that is rightfully theirs. That's the core problem this new legislation is trying to fix.
So, what's actually changing? Well, the Small Business Commissioner is about to get some serious new powers. We're talking about the ability to investigate and find persistent late payers. And, crucially, they'll be able to settle disputes without you having to go through the whole court system. We're also looking at maximum 60-day payment terms, mandatory interest on late payments, and even a total ban on those frustrating retention payments in construction. This is all designed to give you, the business owner, some real teeth.
Now, while we wait for those laws to come into full effect, there are things you can start doing right now. Number 1, make it ridiculously easy for people to pay you. Put clear bank details and due dates on every single invoice. Number 2, set your expectations in writing before you even start the work. And number 3, be consistent. Create a simple, polite, but firm routine for chasing. Don't let it become personal, just make it part of your process.
Okay, let's shift gears now to an urgent financial update. If you're a company director or a shareholder who takes dividends, you really need to lean in for this one, because a key deadline is literally just days away.
The direct impact on your pocket is, well, it's pretty clear. Starting April 6th, the tax rate on dividends is jumping by 2 percentage points for both basic and higher-rate taxpayers. The basic rate goes from 8.75% to 10.75%, and the higher rate goes from 33.75% to 35.75%. Now, the additional rate is staying the same, but for most owner-managed businesses, this is a really significant change.
So, here's the crucial point. You have just a few days left in the 2025-26 tax year. This is your window of opportunity to potentially accelerate any dividend payments to take advantage of the current lower rates. After April 6th, those new higher rates kick in. It's definitely time to have a chat with your accountant about your extraction strategy.
Next up, we're zoning in on a specific sector that's about to see some pretty big regulatory changes. After an investigation by the Competition and Markets Authority, the UK veterinary sector is now facing a whole raft of new obligations. So, if you're in the vet industry, these are the headlines for you. You'll soon need to publish comprehensive price lists, clearly display whether you're part of a big group or an independent, and provide written estimates for any treatments over £500. There are also new rules on prescriptions to help pet owners save a bit of money, and a mandatory complaints process. It's really all about increasing transparency for the consumer.
Okay, let's pivot now and look at the bigger picture. That constant balancing act between chasing growth opportunities and, the essential need to protect your business from all the modern threats out there.
Let's start with the opportunity, which is a big one. The government has set a new target to spend £7.4 billion a year directly with small and medium-sized businesses by 2028. And for the very first time, individual departments have their own targets, which creates a really significant new avenue for growth if you've been thinking about getting into public sector contracts.
But, as you chase that kind of growth, it brings up a critical question. With more at stake, more data, more visibility, are you really doing enough to protect your business from that ever-present threat of cyber attacks?
And this is exactly why it matters so much. According to the latest Cyber Breaches Survey, a staggering 43% of UK businesses reported a breach or an attack in just the last 12 months. That's nearly 1 in 2. This isn't a problem just for the big corporations anymore. It's a threat to businesses of every single size.
But here's some good news. The National Cybersecurity Center offers a completely free service called Early Warning. It basically scans for threats related to your organization and sends you an alert if it finds anything, giving you that crucial head start to defend yourself. Honestly, it's an easy, free layer of protection that every business should have.
So we have covered a lot of ground today. Let's pull this all together now and really focus on the key action points that you should be thinking about for your business starting right now.
Here is your to-do list for the week. First, get a consistent invoicing and chasing system in place for late payments. Second, if you take dividends, review your strategy immediately before that April 6th deadline hits. For those of you in the vet sector, start preparing for the new CMA rules. On the growth front, look into those government contract opportunities. And for absolutely everyone, go and sign up for that free early warning service from the NCSC today. And we'll leave you with this question to think about. Looking at everything we've covered, from payments and taxes to new regulations and threats, which one of these is going to have the biggest impact on your business over the next year? Something to mull over. Thanks for joining us.